So I have been sat here for 20 minutes now trying to figure out how I'm going to speak about this video. I think I'm just going to dive straight into it, maybe. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube. My name is Ali. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I wanted to come on here and basically talk about where my head's at, how I'm feeling, and why I have been absent. I have not been uploading as much as I should be on my channel. I last uploaded a month ago. I have also done another channel for gaming. I will put it here. So yeah, that one's just mainly a gaming one. There is plenty of reasons at the minute as to why I have not been in the best mood to, put myself in front of a camera and film. I'm gonna go from the start. I have always, and I mean always, had a battle with my weight from since I can remember, but back in, I think, start of September, I was going to have a gastric sleeve done. I'm glad I didn't, in a way. I pulled out of that last minute. Again, I'm glad I did. So they changed my surgeon last minute, and it stressed me that out. And it wasn't sitting right with me. My gut was telling me no. And we got to the apartment where we were staying the day before I was to fly out. I think it was in Tamworth, maybe, like outside of Tamworth. I'm not sure, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Tamworth. We got there, and obviously normal reaction, I was feeling anxious and stuff like that. It's a big surgery. I've never really had a big surgery. I've only had little ones done. Like, I've had a rhinoplasty done to the bottom of my nose, and I've had my adenoids took out. That's it. Extremely anxious, normal. But it was the whole fact that they changed my surgeon. Like, I was in a group chat with a bunch of women, men that have had the surgery done and that are having it done. I was speaking to them about their experiences, how they've had it, how they felt after and stuff like that. I felt comfortable at the start, but then when they changed it, they gave me this random woman's number and expected me to go from that, of this random woman telling me, like, she wasn't even in the group chat. And then when I asked her about it, she was like, oh, I didn't want to be in the group chat. It didn't sit right with me at all. So the next day, when it come to me flying, I said I didn't barely sleep through that night. I was having panic attack after panic attack while my mum was asleep. Like, I was messaging my stepdad, my partner, and my mum woke up the next morning. She was like, are you okay? I was like, I want to go home. Waste of like petrol and stuff. But normally I struggle saying no to things, but I thought to myself, like, this is going to be one of them things I'm going to have to put my foot down myself. If I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. I'm going home. So I went home, and then I then went on the weight loss injection, and I got told about probably 3,500 people suffer with this, with the injection. Like, this is a big risk with it, and of course I was one of them. It got to whenever I ate food, I was experiencing the most excruciating pain at the top of my stomach, into my back, my chest, throwing up a lot. I went to my doctor. Well, I spoke to this woman first that was also on the same injection, and I spoke to her. Like, I told her, she was like, well, if you eat even something that's a little bit like fatty, the injection causes pain. And I thought, okay. I'm glad I didn't listen to her, and I'm glad I went to the doctors, because it was nothing about that at all. So I told her I was on the injection. At first, the big worry was in case I had pancreatitis. So I got tested for that, and she also sent me for an ultrasound to check my gallbladder. I went for my ultrasound, and that woman scared the day out of me. She looked at my gallbladder, obviously told me it was inflamed, so like the walls were a bit thicker, and she was like, I'm just gonna quickly grab someone else, obviously to like second opinion of what she saw. and she mentioned shadows. I was like, huh? Obviously, as soon as you hear shadows on something, you instantly think, you know. And I was like, oh god, what the fuck? And then she told me, she was like, oh yes, you've got gallstones. So now I've instantly gone from not wanting surgery done to now I've got to have it done. Obviously they're not forcing me to have it done, but I want it done because I've got multiple mobile gallstones. They move constantly and apparently it's back and forth and you don't pass them. So that explains the pain every day. I started on codeine. That worked for a limited time, and then the pain overrided that. I then got put on tramadol, which I'm currently still on, but then that also only works to an extent. So then now they've also put me on morphine. So I'm on tramadol and morphine and anti-sickness tablets because the tramadol makes me feel sick. I'm now on a waiting list to speak to a surgeon. So they told me it's 4 months waiting list on urgent as well urgent at that, and from your diagnosis. So I was diagnosed in December, so I've got to wait till March. Hopefully after I have my appointment, it's not long after that. So obviously all that is happening. I am now also currently out of work because I can't drive due to the medication that I'm on, because it makes you drowsy, especially morphine, and obviously the pains every day. Like even when I'm taking my tramadol, I can feel it deep down, like picking away, do you know what I mean? Like I can feel it throbbing in my back, my chest. Yeah, it just doesn't hurt as much when the painkillers have kicked in. I'm stuck here. I don't live near anyone, so I can't see many people, and also no one's coming to see me. And it's kind of put it into perspective for me in a way, going through all this, because not everyone wants to make an effort with you. Like I had someone message me the other day or moaning at me because I haven't been over to see him in a while. Like, I'm ill, you know? Make the effort to come and see me, for once at least. I'm always driving out to see people, no one comes to me. And now that I'm stuck here and I'm poorly and I can't do much, it's now made me realise that not everyone wants to make an effort with you. They just let you do it all. In a way, it's kind of, I don't know, mess with me mentally in a way, because I can't do anything. Like my car was my little getaway thing when I want to get out of the house, and I can't drive now. I feel like I've lost my legs. I've just lost my ability for anything. Coming down to like food and drink wise, I can't enjoy anything nice. And just altogether, I'm struggling to enjoy food. Yeah, I've gone off a lot of stuff. What I'm literally drinking at the minute is Ribena. I used to be, in a way, like in sense of like health wise, it's helped me a little bit. Like I used to be obsessed with drinking Coke and fizzy drinks. I was obsessed. I can hardly even drink a fizzy drink anymore because it just affects my stomach, and obviously it makes you gassy and instantly it just hurts. So it's changed everything like dramatically. I don't like change anyway, and this is a big change for me. Like going from doing everything to 1 minute to not being able to do anything. Like I get myself out on walks. That's another thing that someone said to me. Because I'm going out for a walk, apparently I'm not as bad. I go out for a walk to get myself out of the flipping house because I'm stuck here. If I don't, I'll go insane. But even so, when I'm out on walks, sometimes my stomach will get triggered and I'm in pain. It's not a very nice thing to have, and I genuinely feel bad for anyone now that's got gallstones because the pain is flipping horrendous. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't wish it on my worst. I would not wish it on my worst enemy at all. I spoke to a woman that my mum knows who also had gallstones, and she, coming from a woman, she said it's worse than labour. And now I understand why, because no, the pain is something else. Can't breathe, anything. I had a really bad flare up a couple of weeks ago, and I almost went to hospital because of this. It wouldn't stop. I had my pain relief, everything, nothing was easing it. Normally if I'm sick, the pain starts to ease. I was sick and it didn't help. It's kind of like getting really anxious about it because I kept saying to them, I can't breathe properly. Every time I took a breath in, it hurt. They put fans in front of me because when it kicks off, oh, it kicks off and oh, you know about it. You burn up, there's pain everywhere, you sweat, you're screaming, crying, it's just awful. And then out of nowhere, and it's like me and my partner, we laugh about it now because it's just funny in a way. We just laugh about it now. But when I have an episode like that, I guarantee out of nowhere, it will just stop hurting. And it's so embarrassing. I had like a horrible episode for about 40 minutes. Out of nowhere, I stood up and I was like, oh, my mum was like, right, we're going to hospital. I looked at her, I was like, it's gone. You can't laugh about it, otherwise you'll cry. It doesn't ease off. It slowly eases off, like sometimes, but there's times like that where it just gone. And you're like, oh, you just put me through all of that. And as well, once I've had my surgery, obviously because stuff gets processed through your liver and your gallbladder, I'm only going to have my liver left, so I still won't be able to enjoy food properly, because I think in the back of my mind anyway, I'm going to have a constant worry that it's going to hurt or it's going to ruin my liver next. Do you know what I mean? And then alongside all of that, I've been really poorly with it all as well. So just before Christmas, after I got diagnosed, my doctor did warn me that gallstones will cause a lot of infections. So I ended up getting a really nasty UTI. I ended up in hospital with sepsis. I also caught the flu. So I had gallstones, pain, sepsis, the flu, all at once. I wanted to curl over and, Lord, strike me down now. And a few weeks before that, I had viral meningitis. You can imagine why I've been so stressed and emotional and down and just distant. Obviously, just the whole thing being stuck here and stuff, it's mentally draining me, and it's affecting me massively mentally. And I mean that, like, I was doing okay-ish mental health wise, and now it's just took a, but I will bounce back, I know I will. It's just a long journey at the minute. I feel like the only positive thing I've got from it is I'm losing weight. My gallbladder is helping me out massively. I've lost just over 3 stone now, I believe. Maybe. It's not the way I wanted to do it, so anyway, it's kind of crap, but it's still happening. My appetite goes in and out the window more than anything, so sometimes I have got an appetite, sometimes I haven't. I can go a day where I'll eat 2 meals in a day, or a day it'll be 1, or some days it can be nothing. Like when I first got diagnosed, I went days without an appetite. Like my mum was trying to force me to eat, but it was a massive struggle. Like I didn't fancy anything. I just struggled to eat anything, but then I got back into it, and it just comes and goes every so often. But if you got this far, thank you so much for listening. It means a lot. Hopefully I'm not gonna sit and promise that I will upload a lot because it's really hard at the minute, but I will bounce back soon. So that was pretty much everything that I'm going through at the minute, and I'll see you eventually at the next one.